Self-love can be so difficult when you're constantly feeling inadequate, when you're feeling down, when you're fixating on flaws, obsessing about a goal or an ideal version of yourself that you want to achieve, and when you live in a world that constantly ignites or triggers you to compare yourself, to live up to standards that are almost impossible. How do we navigate that? How do we still love ourselves and hold ourselves in unconditional love when we don't feel enough? I want to give you a simple and practical way that I personally use to help me hold myself in love even when I'm feeling inadequate, like I'm lacking, like I'm not enough, or simply just when I'm feeling low and down in general. Hi, welcome to Femilescence. My name is Katie Ellis, and this channel is all about helping you become or tap into the embodied woman that you are. Really integrate that true knowing of your worth and stand in that presence. Live soulfully in your true, unique essence and walk through life with that benevolence, with that pure knowing, that pure essence that has been with you since you were born. It's part of you. It's a connection to God, source, goddess, and it's just your vitality, your beautiful feminine radiance. So if that intrigues you, if it resonates and just feels aligned with you, come on in, subscribe, please like and share if you feel called to. And I just hope to really build community and evolve with you. So just a little disclaimer, I'm not providing therapeutic advice or instruction. I'm simply sharing a process that has helped me embrace self-love. We all have our own relationships with ourselves. Everyone is unique in their own way, and that will require different forms of support. So take what resonates, toss what doesn't, use your own discretion, and decide if this is helpful for you or not. And always, I advise to seek therapy if you really truly believe that you need it. It's all about what works for you and improving your well-being. Now, this process is really about devotion to yourself. As we grow up through conditioning, we forget our soul worth, and part of our work is remembering, bringing ourselves back to that wholeness. It requires commitment, even when it's hard, to anchor back into that worth that you deserve and that is your birthright. Devotion is necessary to sustain your life force energy, your vitality, and connect back into your soul essence. This process is doing a lot more beneath the surface than just cultivating self-love, which of course that is powerful in itself, but just know that it's really deep internal work. A lot of us don't start our healing journeys until we're probably in our 20s, maybe even later on in life. And so you've literally built up this perception of yourself, these beliefs, and just this understanding and perspective of the world through so many years. And that takes time to break down. Definitely stay devoted. Just building on how everything's running deeper beneath the surface, as a general tip, tend to your thoughts, your beliefs. Your mindset and daily habits are so important in how you relate to yourself. If you're not feeling enough, you can best bet that there's deeper beliefs running beneath the surface, and they're feeding this loop of lack and love depletion. Repatterning your beliefs is really powerful, and I'm here for you if you're ever curious about how to practice that. Let's go ahead and break down this 3-part system. Step 1, walk with your shadow. Try it for 3 days to like a week. You don't want to sulk in the energy. You just want to give expression to this internal piece of you that feels messy. Shadow is just basically that piece of you that has been suppressed and that holds limiting beliefs and is working beneath the surface on a subconscious, unconscious level. So it's beneath your awareness, and it can come out in typically more negative forms, but there's a flip side to it where it has lots of positive attributes. And so we're not trying to get rid of the shadow. We are working with it. We want to work with it because it has beautiful gifts to mine and embrace once we integrate it. Anytime that you feel down, think about, oh, let me give light to my shadow. If you feel ugly, for example, allow the feeling, hold yourself lovingly. This allows you to be without judgment, without thinking that it's bad or that you need to change the behavior and attitude. Notice any beliefs, thoughts, and memories that come up in this time. And also, I literally just focus on the basics in this period: hygiene, food, sleep, and just any other necessary chores or things that I have to tend to take care of. You're allowing this time to just feel poopy. Like you're giving yourself that shadow awareness, and you're not fighting it, you're not resisting it, you're not judging it, just allowing it. And that doesn't mean that you let it take over you and then you just, let it move your daily actions and attitude and habits. I mean, naturally you may, come off sad because you're feeling that way, but you don't let it take over completely. You hit that point of awareness, you'll know inside when enough is enough. Like, when you're engaging in a bad habit, when you need to stop. Most of the time, I find that just allowing and giving myself unconditional love, even when I am down, not meeting the standards that I think I should, it helps dissolve a lot of inhibitions and limiting beliefs. And then I can start to see pieces of myself more clearly and then put everything together in a way that feels so true and aligned to me. It'll make more sense once you actually practice the process, I promise. And you may have to try it a few times. Really, just putting it simply, you're letting yourself have some down days and you're just nurturing yourself. You're being aware of your habits and noticing your thoughts. You're walking with it, and almost think of like holding this shadow's hand and witnessing how it feels down and noticing, maybe even digging deeper into why it's feeling down. You'll come to deeper understandings with yourself. If you're really wanting to work with your shadow, let me know. I can give you some details on it. Or if you're just like, no, I'm ready, you can book a session with me following the link in the comments and we can go on that journey. Step 2, guide and reparent. When your attention starts going to self-hate, judging yourself, being critical, focusing on your flaws and just obsessing over where you're falling short, I want you to redirect the attention and energy by talking to yourself. Yes. So I'm going to give you an example. You can mix up the words and phrase it in a way that really resonates with you, however, but I want you to say something like, I know you're feeling down. I understand it's not fair. What can I do to help you? What is within our control to focus on, to grow, and light you up? So you're labeling the feeling, affirming and validating your experience, and then you're gently moving into a direction that feels supportive to you. I found that following that structure helps me to flow through the negative feelings, then choose differently. And you're really being a loving parent to yourself when you do that. These pieces of yourself that may have not gotten the attention or the guidance that they really craved get to have that in this moment now. Everything is in the present moment. We can look at our life in a chronological timeline, but really energy is all circulating at once. And when you get into the present moment and activate your imagination and tune into your emotional, spiritual side, and through that process engaging your body and your psyche, these parts of you then begin to shift the neural pathways. I like to think of it like these parts of you are living inside of your body in certain areas. Maybe they're trapped, maybe they're stuck, maybe they're animating you in general, maybe they're kind of controlling you in a way on an unconscious, subconscious level, and they're walking certain paths in your brain, making you constantly think certain beliefs and encouraging how you speak, walk, talk, act. So when you grab their hand and you say, hey, let's go this way, let me show you a new way, then so much healing happens. And you can also refer to it as parenting, not just reparenting, because maybe you do feel like, well, I'm just parenting myself in the moment. I got the parenting that I needed. Then whatever, however you want to phrase it, reparenting, parenting, you are being a loving parent to yourself. Step 3, connect into love. To tap into that sweet spot within and tune into that purity radiating from your body, tune into your heart, feel its beat. Consider how it's working for you every single second of your life without even asking, without needing instruction. It literally just moves for you. Think of the sun rising and falling each day, giving you life. And you don't even have to ask for it. When you tap into that more, if it's not already speaking to you, it's going to make you feel a lot of gratitude. And I would say guilt, even. And of course, on the flip side of guilt is joy, gratitude. There's a spectrum. Emotions live on a spectrum, and there's always a flip side to anything negative that you're experiencing. At first, you may feel guilt and some sorrow and like, oh, I've been so mean to myself. Or maybe you'll feel angry and be like, that's not working. Like, whatever, you know? My body, yeah, as my body should be working. I don't know. I've never thought that before, but I've definitely felt angry and be like, oh, this doesn't work. But when you really practice it more and tune into that energy and consideration, you'll start to feel the gratitude and just the immense amount of love, and just I feel God's grace, and just ugh, it's such a pure energy. It's nature's and the creative source's renewal energy. It's pure, alive, pulsating with vitality, always renewing, unconditional. When you acknowledge how much your body does for you, let that gratitude just flow through you. Connect in a quiet space, breathe, feel your body, feel your heartbeat, feel that pulse move through your body. Sit in this stillness and let that softness that you begin to feel just melt you. This is how you open somatically on a physical level to regard yourself with love and to receive love. You can't accept love and believe that you deserve it and open up to your worthiness when you are contracted and closed off. You have to expand and open up a little bit. So somatically tapping into that love and giving your body, your physical being, and really your soul essence, just every piece of you in this moment, that consideration helps you to become that channel that can accept these things. And if you want to add a cherry on top, you can imagine yourself as a child, or if you don't feel comfortable imagining yourself as a child, just imagine a child in general. You're going to notice that you're going to become even more soft, because we don't ever look at children in an ugly way or regard them in negative ways. We treat them much more lovingly and definitely have grace for them. So just think of your sweet self as a child, or the sweetness of a child in general, just their purity, their innocence. And when you're being ugly to yourself, you are talking to that inner child within you, and it's still alive, it's still there. Like I said earlier, we don't live on this chronological timeline. It's all these pieces of us from when we were born to now is all still alive in us. It's shaped who we are today. So it's part of us. It's there. So just play with imagining yourself as a child and see how that just boosts and enhances that body meditation experience. And you can even look up some inner child meditations to help you go deeper if you feel called to. And I also provide that in my sessions as well. So come on in if you feel like you want to tap into a little bit of that. Now, just as a last tip, you're going to have to continue practicing to love yourself throughout your whole life. There's no end goal with this necessarily. I mean, yeah, you can have a goal of like, I want to love myself, like I want to feel this completion and alignment. And you will get to a point eventually where you feel that and experience that feeling more often than not, but you're going to have to constantly tend to it and renew it. I think self-love takes time and maturing. You really do have to grow it. Yes, I do believe that you can quantum leap and transform and embrace self-love like that, but I also believe that we are real humans going through experiences in our daily lives that require us to walk a journey to this temple of love that's within us. it's not always easy to just activate it on the spot. Loving yourself and constantly reconnecting to that love is a lifelong practice. Along the way, don't pressure yourself, don't be so hard on yourself, have some fun with it. As you're doing your healing and working on personal development, also just take time to have bits of joy and fun just for the heck of it. Like, no end goal, no determination to love yourself more, look better, become this, do that. Just have fun. Get to know yourself more, play around with what you like, discover what lights you up. Surrender whatever you feel is blocking you and just open up to whatever's in store for you as an individual, as a soul on this earth. Self-love will just then come naturally. That's at least been my experience. It's been much easier for me to just let go. And of course, I still have to, like I said, I have to return to practices to help me love myself. I don't want anyone to think, oh, well, that's just like basic stuff. I've already tried it. It's not going to work. But have you really practiced it? Have you really devoted to it? Are you really sticking to the process over and over again? It is possible to create a loving relationship with yourself and connect inside to that fullness within and experience it. I promise, trust me, I've been on a really long journey with this, and if I can do it, you can do it. Reach out if you have any questions. I would love to hear from you. I'm making these videos steadily, and I'm just determined to, even just for my own expression, even if it doesn't even get barely any views, but I'm hoping that one day I do start to build community and get that platform where we can create a sanctuary to evolve together on. But until then, you can always work with me, follow the links in the comments, and I'm excited to make more videos.